Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm going to be reviewing the Porsche 911 turbo wheel from Fanatec. This is it here. You've got the wheel, shifter and pedals. I've got it in a hyperdrive racing frame, and you've also got lap wings that come with it. Now, they're pretty good, but you're really going to want to mount it to something. And we've also got the sequential shifter, and it also came with a 1 gig USB flash drive modelled like a Porsche 911 turbo key, which is actually pretty good if you want to trick people into thinking you got a Porsche. Seriously, that right there is worth what the whole thing costs. And you've also got a wireless dongle for which is also shaped like a key fob for the wheel. Now you do get absolutely everything in the box with it. Like, you get a metal plate to mount pedals to for a bit of extra weight, and you get the screws for it, which I've managed to lose already, but that's beside the point. You also get instructions for how to put the pedals onto the metal plate. You get a quick guide and a drilling template so that you can actually mount the wheel somewhere more permanent. Now, I will say now, there is very little to fault the wheel on. It's really going to be a matter of personal preferences if there's anything that you don't like. Yeah, before I forget, the pedals also have Velcro on the bottom of them so that they actually stick to carpet. You see? They're not moving much. They will move a little because there is a lot of... It does take a fair bit of force to push the brake pedal. And while I got it here, the clutch starts off firmer and then gets softer and then just sort of springs back up. And the accelerator's just got a nice soft amount of resistance so you can push it down fairly easily. Some people have asked, the pedals, as much as they look like metal, they're plastic, but they're a good plastic. And of course, the pedal base is plastic. Now, you can use batteries for the pedals, but it also comes with a cable that you can attach it with. Right here, and then that goes into the wheel, which then goes to a power supply. Now, we'll just start the wheel up so you can have a look at that. Now, if I can just find that. There we go. As you can see, it's automatically gone to PlayStation control buttons because the buttons are nicely backlit, which if playing in the dark is great. And they'll also automatically switch to PC if you've got it plugged into a PC. And if they don't, you can switch it manually, which I'll show you later. Now, I think it's quite important that I should go through the mounting system for the shifter, which is basically just two metal bars, which a lot of people say are a little bit flimsy, but I haven't really found. Now, it is takes a little bit of force to get the shifter on and off, and also to get the metal bars out from the wheel. It is recommended that you push it onto a flat surface like a table, and basically this will just slide on. You can mount it on either side, but my right hand coordination is slightly better than my left, so that's why I've got it on the wrong side. As you might be able to see, I've convinced it to switch to PC mode. Now, if you hold this button here, which would be the select button, and that button back there on the base, it will switch modes. there we go. Which is great because it seems whenever I start up Need for Speed Pro Street, it always wants to switch back to PC mode. What else? Unfortunately, there is no PS button, but they are working on that with a firmware update for the wheel itself. But no news on that anytime soon. There have been issues with it since the latest GT5 Prologue update, but that has been fixed with a firmware update for the wheel itself. And also, it's got this little screen here, and you can have 5 different presets of all the different settings. You can adjust the steering angle at 180, 360 and 900 degrees. You can adjust the force feedback all the way down to nothing, and you can adjust the vibration motors, which I should mention, they're more like the rumble motors in a DualShock 3 or DualShock 2. There's 2 of them in the wheel itself, and they just add a nice amount of vibration, which by default is connected to the accelerator pedal, and the more you press it, it'll vibrate a bit more. No PS3 games at least take advantage of it to control it from the game, but from what I've heard, there are some PC games that do. Unlike the G25, this only has one force feedback motor, which is at least as powerful as the 2 force feedback motors in the G25 put together. At least by spec, and I can tell you when you're driving it, sometimes you are going to want to turn the force feedback down. There are also drivers for PC that when you're using it on a PC you can adjust all these things. You can adjust the steering angle by 1 degree increments, and the same for the force feedback and vibration. So yeah, but this is more for someone who's not using it on a PC, so you can just force it to change for any game. Like if you're going from GT5 Prologue, you'll have it set at 900 degrees and you go to, say, Need for Speed, you want to turn it down, or Burnout Paradise. Which is really very handy, because you don't want to play Need for Speed with it set at 900 degrees. It's not going to work. Now, we've got the D-pad down here, just above the start and select buttons. And just press X. And here we go. Now, I've got it set at the moment to 360 degrees. So I'm just going to change that to 900. And now I'm set.